This is a special Monster Hunter themed bonus episode of Talking with Dinosaurs. If you're not into Monster Hunter, feel free to skip it, but even the less gamerous of us should still enjoy this format if you enjoy Talking with Dinosaurs. Hunting with Monsters is not an official Capcom production, and as such all information should definitely be taken with a grain of salt, especially on name pronunciation. Oh god, I'm so bad at the name pronunciation. Good morning, Hunters! Welcome to the first bulletin from the Hunters Guild, presented by me, Hunter Veteran and all-round monster murderer, Stefan Ato. I've been hunting since day one back on the PS2, from Minigard to the New World, and I've slain everything from the humble Yankatku to the mighty Fatalis, from Xenojiva to Yamatsu Kami. So the guild decided that I would be the best suited to bring the latest news in the Monster Hunter world. I tried to disagree, but a couple of guild knights made it quite clear where they would jam their eternal annihilators if I didn't do what I was told. This is the first episode in a new series designed to help new hunters know more about the creatures we brutally slay in the name of conservation. What's that, you say? I always capture the creatures if I can. I don't always kill them. Well, buddy, what do you think the researchers do with your captured creatures? They don't hang around in Asteria napping very long, do they? They get chopped into little pieces for the researchers to study. Who's the real monster here? Well, what monster should we start with then? Let's be honest, there was only one option. Well, two options. A creature that has been there, everywhere, since day one. Fire erupting from its mouth, venom dripping from its claws. Truly no monster represents the joy of the hunt like that ruler of the sky. Ratheon. Oh, and I guess the Rathalos too. The rulers of heaven and earth, this pair represents two genders of a species found on every area of the planet. While there are many subspecies, the most common is your basic red and green. Other less well-known variations are the azure Rathalos and pink Ratheon, and the gold Ratheon and silver Rathalos. It is currently unknown if these alternate colourings are natural variations, mutations, or separate species altogether. They are all able to launch fireballs, as everyone who has ever fought one can attest, and will do so with very little provocation. While the exact mechanism for the creation of these fire blasts are unknown, it is known that an organ known as the fire sac is essential in this process. Leading theories suggest that the fire sac produces a flammable mucus, which is spat by the Wyvern and ignited by sparks caused by electrical charges in the creature's mouths. This ignites the mucus away from the creature's sensitive mouth and prevents blowback, which is bad enough in a sneeze, but 1,000 times worse when it involves fire. Ever seen the movie Scanners? Yeah, I imagine it's like that sort of thing. It is a foolish hunter who attempts to hunt the Rath family, or as I like to call them, the Rathali, without a full load of antidotes or herbal powder, as they are known to be extremely venomous. Why does a creature this massive with the ability to fly and breathe fire need to be venomous? I don't know. Ask whatever god designed this monster-infested hellscape. The female of the species, Ratheon, has a venomous spike attached to their tail, which is fairly simple to deal with a careful surgical removal of the tail rendering it venomless. Of course, for us hunters, a careful surgical removal is to repeatedly smash it with a huge sword that weighs as much as we do until the tail is forcefully removed in a spray of blood and gore. Groovy. The male, Rathalos, has its venom in the claws of its hind legs, which are much more difficult to remove pre-mortem and tend to be a problem all the way through the long battle. Being a sexually dimorphic species, they look quite different, and the Ratheon family act almost as differently as they look. Your normal red Rathalos has black markings across its body, which are believed to be used to attract mates, while the traditional green Ratheon has a much more reserved colour scheme, better suited to remaining unseen in the forests and hills that it usually calls home. Rathalos tends to take to the air, launching itself at its prey from the skies as often as it does from the ground, allowing it more chance to use its venomous claws to their full potential. Ratheon tends to stick to the ground most of the time, generally only taking to the air to do sick backflips, or to get the hell out of the way of whatever sociopathic humour is trying to crush its skull and steal its ovaries to turn into a slightly pointier hat. Some claim these behaviours relate to their role as parents, with the Ratheon sticking to the ground to care for the eggs, while the Rathalos flies off hunting food. This familial nature is highly unlikely, as they are both highly individual creatures, as likely to fight each other as they are to fight a hunter. Both are extremely territorial, but they are also very protective of their eggs, as anyone who has tried to make a Wyvern oblet can attest. Now, a couple of frequently asked questions from rookie hunters, which I may be able to help with. Oh yeah, I just ended a sentence with a preposition. If this upsets you, please leave a comment and let me know. Give me your precious engagement. Our first question is from Foolish in the 4th Fleet, and it is, I main the hammer, and I find it really difficult to get Ratheon to fly low enough for me to smash him repeatedly in the face. Please help me, the SOS flares, they do nothing. Well, your first problem is maining the hammer. There is only one real weapon, and that is the greatsword. Hammers are for perverts and cheese inspectors. They're still better than the lances, however, which are still tainted by their previous incarnation as the lazy man's dream, allowing you to headlock a creature and stop it being able to fight back, and infinitely better than the insect glaive, a weapon exclusively used by people who watch too much anime and who think Star Wars: The Clone Wars is the epitome of cinema. What you need to do, foolish fourthie, is to flash it. No, you put your pants back on right now. Flash bombs, you idiot. Gah. It'll drop from the sky like a UFO over Roswell. Next question. Beautiful Master Hunter. All I want to do in this stupid world is go fishing, but Ratheon keeps on stomping up and impaling me on her mighty chin every time I go for the spear tuner. What do I do? That one's from Puzzled in Poke Village. Well, Puzzled, what you need to do is pick up some nice fresh feces, really get its warmth in between your fingers, and just jam it into the Ratheon's face. That'll move her out quick smart. I don't know about you, but nothing gets me running for the hills faster than being pummeled by poo. Keep some dung bombs on you at all times, and you should be all good. Now that's all I've got time for this week. Hopefully I've taught some of you gosh dang rookie kids enough to stop you from ruining my goddamn quests when you rush in uninvited. Seriously, if you're joining someone's quest, please make sure you don't immediately get yourself killed. I like my quests. Ruin your own. Seriously though, if you are on the PS4 version of Monster Hunter and you'd like to hunt with me, Champion of Champions, send a message through to the Facebook page, Talking with Dinosaurs. Email me on talkingwithdinosaurs@gmail.com or tweet at me at talkingwithdinosaurs. You can also join the new Facebook discussion group, Talking with Dinosaurs, Dinophiles Anonymous. If you have any friends who would enjoy some dickhead making jokes about Monster Hunter, or some dickhead talking about dinosaurs, please show them the show, and feel free to like, rate, or subscribe using your media of choice. Like and subscribe, all that crap. I crave your precious attention. Okay, hunters, the Guild Knights are knocking at the door with a cease and desist from Capcom. I better hide in my lawyer-proof closet. I've been Stefan Ato, and we've been Hunting with Monsters.